Hey, ladies and gentlemen, you know me. It is Pete Wall. This is Pillar to Post. I welcome you all. As always, doing something a little bit different today. I'm going to take off my glasses because I see that heavy glare, and that bugs the fuck out of me, and it's got to bug the hell out of you too. Now, last night I came across a video done by a young man, and he was asking, where are the faces in the DWS? Now, if you're new to the channel, you don't know what the DWS is. That stands for the Digital Wrestling Syndicate. And it's a collective within the community here that have either started their own shows or that are a part of all these shows. And there's a good number of these shows out and about already. A lot of the characters are the same from show to show, but everyone seems to run their show a little bit different, which is a really good thing. You can see the perspective from each side and each show and each promoter. And I use promoter because it's essentially what we do. We book the matches, we go and promote the shows, and we try and tell a story and try to bring a level of excitement to the shows that we're not really getting from, say, WWE any longer. And I don't want to slag on WWE. They got some good points. They got some bad things going on. But I'm not here to talk about WWE today. I'm here to talk to you about the aspect of wrestling people fail to grasp. And yes, I do gotta agree with young Ghazi. Ghazi stated, where are the faces? Everyone wants to be the bad guy. Everyone wants to be the baddest ass on the planet. But nobody knows how to play that good guy, and I gotta agree with him. I do gotta agree with him. And with me, when I was doing the show, I could go both ways. I could be the Mr. Nice Guy and be oh so good, and then I could be oh so very bad. And I love playing the bad guy, and everyone does, because there's no rules. There's no limits as to how far you can go and how bad you can be. But when you're a face, you've got limitations. You've got rules that you got to follow. You can't say certain things to your opponent. You can't just up and crack the guy right in the jaw because, you know, he said something derogatory about your mother. No, it doesn't work that way for a face, and a lot of people fail to see that. And then you got a lot of the guys, oh, I want to be that stone cold guy, you know, that just walks that gray line. He can be either bad or good, or he can be both at the same time. Well, it doesn't work like that, folks, okay? There are not many people in this world, when it comes to entertainment, that can follow and tread that line between good and evil. You know, you gotta either pick and choose what you want to be, and it makes for the storytelling to be so much better in not just the Digital Wrestling Syndicate, but say in WWE, which kind of ignore that old rule these days. There is no real good or evil. There's no black or white. It's for the majority's sake a gray line straight through, and to me that makes booking a match the hardest thing that you can possibly do. You got to have the good guy that overcomes all the odds. You got to have the bad guy that will do anything and everything to win the match. A lot of you forget about that. A lot of you think, oh, if I use big words and speak very smartly, and you know, and make my education known to you all, that makes me a face. No. You see, if you look back throughout the history of wrestling, usually those characters are heels. They try and show people that they are smarter than everyone else. They make them feel lesser because, well, either their etiquette or, you know, their vocabulary isn't as well refined as what yours is. So thinking that passes as a face because you're not actually using foul language, you're not using words that make people feel bad, well, you're killing them with your brains, and therefore making you a heel. See, when someone feels like they are less than you, well, automatically they're looking at you as the bad guy. You're trying to make them feel lesser than they are by being smarter than them. So they turn around and hate on you for it, which essentially makes you the heel. And it goes for a lot of things in the wrestling world. Now, a lot of people, fail to realize what it takes to be a face. And it doesn't mean that you got to be an angel. It doesn't mean you can never swear. It just means you can't go the distance as you would if you were a face. You've got to find a way to work around and curb those anger issues. Oh, you can get upset as a face. And look at some of the best that have done it. Hell, Dusty Rhodes, one of the best speakers out there, and he knew how to dictate the promo and his fighting style to match that face, that the guy that was rising up, the underdog, coming back from all odds. Not many of you know how to do it. And then you've got the people that are a little bit too shy to really jump into it with both feet. And they'll make like a little comment here and there. Well, what does that make you then? Doesn't make you heel or a face. It makes you one of those that inevitably won't go very far in the business. Yes, the promoter can say, well, he's been winning matches. I'll give him that big opportunity. Maybe it gets him to break out and speak a little bit. And then the promoter, and I've had this happen many times on my show, the promoter is stifled because the guy don't talk. He doesn't even celebrate a victory. And yes, a lot of this is done in either the Skype chats where the storytelling takes place, or in the chats while we're doing live shows. Now, a lot of yous forget also, when it comes to being a heel, you are expected to be hated. And when the hate comes, you guys take it personally, and butthurt follows. And then the Ben Gay steps in, and you got to lube up and, cry on someone's shoulder. You're a heel. Embrace it. Live it. Be as bad as you think you are, and as bad as you can get. Now, a lot of people, they'll look at that. Oh, he needs to be banned because he said this about my mother. Oh, he needs to be banned because he made fun of the way I look. Oh, no. Step off your soapbox. This isn't real life. Okay? Number one, this is a computer-generated game for us to entertain you with, for you to get involved with, and you have to play the character that you think you are. Be it a face, be it a heel, be it that stone cold walk in the gray line type of character. It doesn't matter. If you're going to go at someone hard, expect to have them come back at you harder. I would. And I would not take it personally. I've said this time and time again in my RWO shows. If you're going to open your mouth, be prepared to swallow. It sounds kind of bad, doesn't it? But you know where I'm coming from. Okay? There's a lot of guys out there. Trash talking has been around for a long time. Be it in the real world, be it in video games, be it wherever you go. Trash talking has been around for generations. There's some people that can walk it, talk it, do it. And there are some that need a glass of cement, harden the fuck up, and realize it don't mean shit when it comes right down to it. Because honestly, if I'm going to say, had your mother last night, oh, she, Worked my cock like a pro. Really, did I seriously have sex with your mother? Because, frankly, I don't know who the fuck you are. I don't know where you fucking live. So if you're going to get butthurt over little stupid shit like that, and yes, that was a bad example, but it is what it is. It's trash talking. Any form of trash talking. And there's a lot of people out there. And I had to explain it in a conversation with a good friend of mine, a little brother I call him, and that's Cowboy John, and his co-host in Chris Clark. Now, there's a lot of people that always wondered, why am I not allowed on Pete's show? And I'm going to give names here. I'm going to talk about them, and I'm going to be open about it. Guys like Willie Robertson. Guys like Doug Bishop. Guys like Feck. Guys like Chris Clark, Tyler Black. I could go on with the lists. Brandon Cuevas. Brandon Ace. The list goes on and on. Why aren't you welcomed in RWO? I look at things in a different light. I look at the roster I have. I look at what they do and what they can do in that chat and in the Skype chats. Are you compatible? Can you take the trash talking that's going to come your way? Every single one of yous can't. You take it personally, you get wound up, and then the personal shit comes to light. And that is where, as a promoter, you got to draw a line and say, okay, these people work great together. These people are not compatible, and it's going to cause more stress, more drama than you need. See, the biggest part in the DWS is maintaining that aspect of kayfabe, being in character. And then there is what you guys call OOC, or OCC, out of character. So OOC, out of character. Out of character, see, someone will come at you hard with in-character stuff, being kayfabe, being their character, and then you will flip on them, and it's been done many times to me. Oh, you're an old fat bastard. No, my character on the game is old. He is fit. And he looks fucking rocking in his outfit. So, you're coming at me as a person, not as the video game character. It's sad. It really is. It really is sad the way some people take trash talking. Now you got a guy like Tyler Black. I've got no issues with Tyler Black. Okay? So, if he listens to this and he gets upset, buddy, do me a favor. See it from others' eyes. Okay? See, there's certain guys out there, and Tyler Black has his issues, okay? He does have his issues. But if you're going to open your mouth and you're going to talk trash and you're going to say you're the best there is and nobody can take you down and you've done this and that in your career and everyone else is nothing, that's trash talking. So someone going to come at you, don't take it seriously right away. Throw a tantrum and quit everything you're doing. That is the wrong way to go about things, bro. Okay? And then you got the guys where everything's a competition. Everything should be a competition. And because of that, real life anger gets involved, jealousy gets involved, and I'm going to direct this at a guy known as Doug Bishop. And to me, I'm not here on YouTube to compete with any other channel. I'm here to entertain. I'm here to have fun. I'm here to get out of my own headspace for a little bit, escape the real world stressors, and have a good time with a great community. On the other hand, a guy like Doug Bishop will go out of his way to cause drama, to cause friction, and to compete. He is the best there is at promoting, at doing whatever he's doing. He should have all the views, and the next person should have none. He should have all the subscribers on YouTube, but the other should have none. That's not the way it works. See, if you don't have the type of personality that can connect with another man or a woman, and you make everything about you, and that you are better than everyone, nobody is going to gravitate towards that. Oh, you're going to get the people that essentially are the leftovers. You know, the ones that like to troll, the ones that like to hate, because you're getting angry all the time. And you're spewing off all this hate. And believe me, when it comes to Doug Bishop, I'll look you right in the eye there, bro. And I was at the beating end of your stick when it came to your hatred for a long time. I kept my mouth shut because I don't like to promote hate. I don't need to talk shit about you on my channel. Okay? I want you to do your own thing. I want you to be successful in what you do, but I want you to enjoy it. And being mad and angry and hateful because someone else is succeeding where yours is a slower climb, it's just not a good feeling. And people start to drift away. And therefore, you got to make executive decisions and say, okay, I can't have a guy on my channel or associate with that guy because it brings me down. Now, I was accused repeatedly of buying subscribers, of stealing created wrestlers on the community creations. I have proven to everybody that I can build a character, make him look good, make him perform good, and have fun doing it. I've done it repeatedly. And I'm going to tell you this, bro. I'm not holding any ill will towards you. I'm speaking of Doug Bishop here. There's no ill will towards you. I'm hoping one day you get on the right path. You find that fun in what you're doing, like I have had, like so many others are having. But I won't sit idly by anymore and let you shit on everything I've done, who I am, and what I do. I can't allow it anymore. It almost brought me to my knees. Now I've stopped doing what I've been doing for 2 years now because of stress, because of real life issues, because of, you know, a lot of things. I will not go to someone else's channel and make them feel like you made me feel. I will not go to someone else's channel, make accusations about them to make myself feel better as a person. Because in the long run, it ain't going to make me feel any better. But it's going to keep on bringing that hate and make it circle in my heart and keep on spewing garbage just for the sake of spewing garbage. So Doug Bishop, I'm going to tell you right now, this is the last time I will ever bring it up. You either learn to live with others' success, you enjoy what they do for the sake of enjoyment, or you just leave them alone. Because I'll tell you right now, nobody in this community wanted anything to do with the hate you were bringing to the table. And if you haven't realized that yet, bro, I feel bad for you. Because if that's the way you want to live your life, I truly feel sorry for you. I truly do. Moving on to other things. I want to address Feck. Feck, personally, I've given you a shot multiple times with RWO. Okay? Multiple times you have screwed that up. If you cannot stay in character, you don't belong. That is why you do not belong with RWO. Others have given you plenty of opportunities. I respect them for it, and I will never tell them not to hire you. Okay? I'm not that type of person. You got to start being a different person. You got to stop bringing that putrid, vile crap that you like to bring. And second, the backstabbing bullshit and the two-faced crap needs to end. You can't go to another channel and spew hate about another person and then come back and expect them to take you back as a performer, as a character on their show. It doesn't work that way. You don't have respect because of that. Now I'm airing a lot of shit, which was not supposed to happen, but it's going to happen. I had a very good conversation with Chris Clark, and I let him know from my eyes why I couldn't have him on my channel. And you know what shocked me the most? He turned around and said, "I understand, Pete. Thank you for telling me and explaining to me for a change." And when he said that, I had to kind of think differently about the guy a little bit as well. Now, I've never had a problem with Chris Clark. Never. Ever. But I also have to look at my roster, which every promoter does, and see what fits and what doesn't. And I don't want someone walking away from my channel feeling hurt because someone said something in character, but they're seen as a real-life attack on them. A lot of people look at me and say, you know, he's a hard ass. He likes to make people feel like shit because he doesn't want them on their show and this and that. No, it's not that. You know, I'm going to give you an example here about the type of person I am. My wife right now, she's in pain 24/7. She's experiencing what I've experienced since I was 18 years old. And I'll curl up to her and I'll put my hand on her hip or on her shoulder and she'll flinch. And it isn't from my touch, it's because she's in that much pain. So I draw away. Why? Because I care that much about her. And I don't want to be any cause for her to have extra pain. And she always tells me, you don't need to pull away all the time. You know, it's not you. No, it isn't. But that little added pressure on her shoulder, on her hip, could cause her more pain. And I feel that. And I've experienced that. I've had my kids brush against my leg, and I have broke down and wept because I was in that much pain. So I automatically draw away and I pull away. And that's what I do with people that I can see will be hurt and offended when it comes to trash talking. I don't want them to walk away from the channel feeling like they were abused and neglected and taken advantage of being made to feel like shit. So I draw back and say, you know what, I can't have you on the show. I don't give them a reason, but I'm giving you the reason right now. Now, why am I talking about all this? We started off talking about faces, we started talking about the gray line, we started talking about the heels, and then I moved on to this. Giving you clear examples why a lot of promoters run their shows the way they do. Okay, we run a very interactive community here. Every character, or almost every character, is tied to someone in the chat. And when things are said in character, someone can take them as a real life attack, and some of them understand what they're doing, what's going on, and how they should act accordingly. Others use it to cause more drama than is needed, more drama that we don't want on the shows. Okay? I don't want to see a couple fighting with another woman over in-game relationships and real-life relationships. I don't want to see that. Okay? I really don't, because I hurt for those people. Okay? Because I see, okay, you're trying to be happy in the real world. You're trying to be happy here in the game, but you're also hurting the person that you were in-game storylining with as well, by constantly bringing it up, by constantly throwing it in their face, by making certain comments. On the other hand, you know, said person on the other end of the stick is kind of, I don't know, maybe too far in this in-game relationship and taking it a little bit too seriously and making more of it out of it than they should. And it's not just that. You've got the wrestlers that are gay. Well, when every attack is made in a sexually gay undertone or flat out in your face gay attack, that's not trash talking, folks. That's garbage. Okay? Having some guy telling you constantly that they're going to bend you over, fuck you up the ass, no, that ain't a character. No, that's just being douchey. Okay? You know, I have nothing wrong. I don't hold anything against anyone's sexuality. I don't promote hate in any form. I really don't. But when you are faced in that situation and someone is constantly throwing it in your face, you know what? Go live your life. Be as gay as you want to be in the real world. You are portraying a wrestler. Okay? You can be flamboyant, but you don't need to make those sexual overtones all the time. It's not the way it works. You know? All in all, I'm giving you guys good pointers here. Okay? You can hate on me for it. You can agree with me. You can flat out, just in your face, start leaving the channel. You know, I'm not here to shit on anybody. I'm letting you guys know what, as a promoter, we are doing and what we're looking at. And a lot of people say, well, why did you team me up with so-and-so? One, you're not giving me anything to go off of in your character. Two, your attitudes kind of mesh and you kind of fit. So, yeah, I'm going to team you up with that person. Three, I got bored. And I wanted to see how you two would react as a team. So, there are multiple reasons why promoters do as we do. Sometimes it's trying to get everyone on a show and give them an opportunity to shine. And that is the hardest thing. Trying to let everyone understand there's only 7 matches in universe mode. There's only so long the voice holds out doing a show. And believe me, I have wrecked my shit for pillar to post. I have been on the verge of fracturing my vocal cords and bringing it to the point where I would probably lose the ability to speak or end up talking a really, really shitty voice. And so I've got to do things in a way, and so do a lot of promoters, where, say, there is a fatal 5-way, there is a 6-man tag. Yeah, you don't tag with that guy and that guy, but we want to give you a chance to shine. Now, if that works out, fine. If it don't, well, we know we can move you on with someone else. But one thing I've noticed in this 2 years of doing RWO and Big Dog Wrestling, you don't like a character from Wrestler Unstoppable, but they're on your show, so you don't want anything to do with them. That's not your choice. It's not your choice. It is the choice of the promoter to do with your character and your nemesis' character with as he pleases. Okay? A lot of people fail to understand this. Then, when they're pitted in a match with each other on the show, real life bullshit filters in the trash talk and in the chat, in the Skype, and it's horse shit. It is not you facing him or her facing her in a real life scenario. No! It is characters in a video game battling it out. So don't bring real life bullshit into what we do. Now, a lot of people are going to say, oh, we've seen you break down on your channel and during the shows and blah, blah, blah. That has nothing to do with my character that I am on the channel. It has nothing to do with anyone else's character. That's real life bullshit. Breaking a man down. And if you've ever experienced it, having to get told by a doctor that your kid might have cancer, and you don't break down, you're an asshole. You have no heart. Or repeatedly having to go to the hospital because your kid is sick. And the stress is getting bigger and mounting until you just crumble. So yes, I've broken down on my channel many times. Yes, I have let real life get to me. But not as a character, as the man sitting before you right now. And when I'm telling a story, say about my character is Pete, well, I don't bring up the shit in the real world that I've gone through and am going through. It's not me. It's him. I got to tell his story within the wasteland. Now, like I've said many times, I love the community we have built. I love the community, even though there are some that hate me because they can't be an RWO. Or, I've let them know I've had enough of their shit. But, when it comes down to it, you've got to start thinking of your character as a character. Not as yourself. Not as an extension of yourself. It is a totally different entity. So if you are being, dumped on in the chat, and everyone else can clearly see that it is an in-character attack upon another character, don't spaz the fuck out. Don't go and start bringing real life issues and attacking this person with real life shit. Don't do that. Retaliate as your character should. Retaliate as the avatar you are portraying within a video game. And if you are getting hate because you are a heel, accept it. Embrace it. Walk with it. Hold its hand and fucking get in the face of anybody that wants to make you feel like crap, hating on you because you're playing the best you can, and turn around on them and show them what kind of fucking heel you are. But don't go crying later on because either they out trash talked you, outplayed you, outsmarted you, or just, all around proved that they can trash talk better than you, storyline better than you, and the wrestler wrestled better than yours. Don't go hating on it. Embrace it. A heel will lose. A face will lose. In this game, the way we play it with the AI working its way, you're never going to know who the winner or the loser is. And the game doesn't decide if it's going to be a face, if it's going to be a heel. It will make you lose regardless of what storylines you're playing at, what kind of trash talking you're doing. Do I like it when my character loses all the time? Absolutely not. I want to see a victory. But when I do lose, I'm not letting it affect me. It's like, have fun with it. go back into storyline mode and work some reason out. Make some excuse why you lost. Or retaliate and say, you know what, you got the better of me this time. I'm on the hunt though. I'm coming for you. Your blood will be on the tip of my boots. As simple as that, folks. Okay? I think I've rambled on and talked enough. Aired some grievances and explained why I did things the way I've done them, and why some of the promoters feel that they need to do the same in their companies. You know, other companies are a little bit more lenient. They can take the shit that you're giving them. Some can't. You got to realize that the guy running the show, he's got his own problems, his own vices, his own real life issues. And if you're causing more drama than is needed, you're just adding extra stress, extra pressure on him or her. And eventually they're going to say, you know what, I've had enough of this, I got to step back. And it's going to happen. Lighten up, folks. Best advice I can give you, lighten up. This is Pete Wall, a little bit of rambling here on Pillar to Post. If you liked it, well, hit that thumbs up. If you hated it and hate me for saying it, you know what? I've never been a man to shut my mouth for anyone. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great night. Have a better tomorrow. I'm out of here.